Cruise news time, and well, sometimes when it rains, it pours. We've got a popular cruise port overcoming an obstacle only to face another, as their brand new cruise dock is broken up into pieces. Also, we have a story of a sunken cruise ship, a cruise ship that sunk 17 years ago, causing trouble for tourism right now today, and cruisers rejoice. There's a cruise port out there that is claiming that they will be giving everyone at the cruise port free Wi-Fi. That's actually really good news. Cruise news and my views. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Lido, Loca. I am your host, Tony, here with the latest cruise news and views for your heart. I'm sorry, look, it's my wedding anniversary. I already talked about it yesterday. I didn't think I'll talk about it again today. Let me state publicly my undying love for the lovely Jenny B. 21 years together in this game. We were talking about it this morning. Could you imagine when we woke up 21 years ago today that, you know, our lives are completely different. Let's just say that. There's people that were there that aren't there that we've been reflective about. And yeah, there's no way you could have told me that 21 years ago today that Jenny and I would be doing what we do and what we are and where we are together. And it's amazing. It's amazing. So I'll say it publicly. Happy anniversary, baby. And thank you guys for being a part of our journey. Cruise news story number one. Look, Skagway, Alaska. They've had some issues over the last few years. The main cruise dock there has been plagued by closures because of rock slides. They've had the challenging position to figure out how to engineer this rock slide scenario so that dock is safe. And the main dock there has been unusable for, I think, a season and a half. I don't think they used it at all last season and then part of the season previously. They figured it out. They engineered a solution. It is now safe to dock cruise ships there, but one of the things they have to do is some cruise port improvements, and so they're floating a whole brand new dock that was built in Washington. They're floating it up into Alaska. They made it all the way to Ketchikan, and even the people that are floating this thing, which I don't even understand this process. Maybe if there's any dock float people out there that understand. They floated it up through all of these waterways. They got it to Ketchikan. Now they're making the last little trek from Ketchikan to Skagway, and as they left Ketchikan yesterday, they hit bad weather, and it caused the dock to break into three pieces. And so they had to go and retrieve the three pieces, and they got all the pieces back, but now they have to take it back to Ketchikan. They have to do some fabrication to get it all attached back together. They're positive about it. They say they have all the parts and the pieces and everything that they need to do to refabricate this into one solid dock. And while it's good that they're able to get this dock reconstructed, they still have to get it to Skagway and get it installed. And time is of the essence. The Alaskan cruise and getting ready to start. The first cruise ship will arrive in Skagway. The Norwegian Jewel will arrive in Skagway on April the 26th. So just a little, about 2 months, they've got to have this thing up there and in place and ready for action. It's exciting news for Skagway that they've overcome the rock slide problem and now they're getting this new dock, but maybe a minor setback. That's not what you want to hear. You don't want to hear that your dock has broken up into three pieces, but I don't know. I love Alaska. I'm going back this year. Since I've gone there the first time, I've gone every year. I can't see that trend stopping. How do you feel about Alaska? Some people are like, I'm not going to cruise where it's cold. Oddly enough, I have gotten sunburnt in Alaska. That's not every year. What do you think? Do you love those Alaskan cruises, or is that something that's not even close to being on your bucket list? Leave a comment below. Cruise news story number two, interesting and a lot of information I had no clue about. Have you heard of the cruise ship called the MSC Diamond? This is a cruise ship that was put into service by Louis Hellenic Cruises 17 years ago. In 2007, it ran aground and sank, and it sank in the Santorini caldera. So the water right off of the coast of Santorini there in Greece. Unfortunately, 2 people lost their lives in that sinking. Close to 1,200 people had to be rescued off of that cruise ship. but the legacy of that cruise ship continues on. And there's been a battle that's gone on since it's sinking, that who actually has responsibility for that cruise ship. Is it the cruise line? Is it the insurance company? Is it the government of Greece? The challenge is there's still fuel and oil and lubricants and things that are bad for the environment. And as saltwater does, it's starting to erode those components. You're starting to see some of the effects of that erosion, plumes of oil that needs to be contained floating to the surface. There's a real concern that this will cause environmental damage there in the caldera of Santorini. And there is some concern that it will also impact the tourism there. And so they're trying to figure it out. They're trying to figure out who will take responsibility for the sunken cruise ship. They even had a court case with the European Union that did not resolve anything in the past few years. Interesting stuff. We know that sunken ships often do have a legacy and impacts on future cruises, on safety and those kind of things. But I never really thought about a sunken ship having a legacy of environmental impact because the stuff is still on the cruise ship. Interesting stuff. Have you ever heard of this ship? Leave a comment below. Now, I got to tell you about what's probably the most exciting news for me. Free Wi-Fi in a cruise port, which is very rare. Free Wi-Fi. You normally got to go seek out a coffee shop, but how about a whole port-wide setup for free Wi-Fi? I'm going to tell you about that, but since it was so popular yesterday, let me make this call to action. Of course, I would love for you to, if you'd like to keep up with everything going on in cruising, please consider subscribing. And a great reason to do it is this is your last chance. This is the very last day that you can see. My throat is even responding to this call to action. If you would like to subscribe to this YouTube channel while I still have a thyroid, if you'd like to be a thyroid subscriber, because probably by this time tomorrow, it'll be gone. I'm supposed to go. The surgery starts at 8:30. I don't know how long it's going to take, but now we're 2.5 hours beyond that. Be a thyroid subscriber. Do it today. This is your last chance. Hit the subscribe button. It's all jokes, folks. Notification bell. Thank you in advance. The real value proposition, though, is I'm going to make cruising content for you. I would love for you to be notified when it comes out. It doesn't cost anything, and it does help the channel when you subscribe. So big thank you in advance. Okay. I was just there less than a week ago to the port of Nassau, a beautiful $300 million port renovation, very contained area so that you can explore Nassau. Again, it's like Nassau with training wheels, right? There's some people that want the training wheels and there's some people that want to ride the dirt bike. And now you've got both options in Nassau. You can have a nice kind of contained port experience. You can go beyond the port and explore the city, that kind of thing. But what's nice, and the news that's coming out, is they have approved and started the installation of free Wi-Fi in that $300 million port area in Nassau. And so it's great. There's a lot of places where you can pop off. And I went to a coffee shop there, got a coffee. They had seating. If I'd had my bag with me, my laptop, and they had free Wi-Fi there, I could have, look. One of the most expensive things I pay for on cruise ships is Wi-Fi. On that Carnival Vista cruise, I needed the ability to upload videos to YouTube and to I had to get the premium package is what I'm saying, $35 a day. I think if you calculate what I pay per day for the internet in this office here, it's only like $4 or $5 a day. So on a cruise ship, sometimes you're paying 7 times, sometimes you're paying even more than 7 times. So $35 a day. The ability to get off in a place like Nassau and say you got 6 or 8 hours there and you're somebody that only needs to work occasionally, or you just want to go check up, look at your home video camera, reach out to Meemaw and Pawpaw who's watching. I'm excited about it. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. It's all supposed to be there and functional by Q2, but they've just started the installation. Nassau is really trying to say, look, we want to be the hub of the Caribbean. Nassau has a rich history of being super important in the Caribbean, from the privateer days to a lot of different interesting things for Nassau. And so I love the fact that they're like, well, we wouldn't mind being the technology leader, the innovation leader for the Caribbean. And we're doing it with this innovative cruise port now with free Wi-Fi. I feel like I'm being a salesman for Nassau. I'm really not. It's just I've had that experience lately, you know, combining that with all the bad press, like don't go to Nassau. And then I went to Nassau just and had that great little port experience. And so that's going to be even greater with some free Wi-Fi. Am I the only one excited about Wi-Fi? I feel like sometimes I'm the only one excited about Wi-Fi, but it's because I pay a lot for Wi-Fi. I love the free Wi-Fi. What do you think? Does this ring your bell? Does this connect you to the hotspot? I don't know. Wi-Fi words. Leave a comment below. Boom! That is your cruise news. And yeah, I do have one video in the hopper already, the video of the Carnival Vista ship tour. I think I'm gonna let that go on Sunday. So I'm not sure when I'll be back. But love you guys and appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for all your support and your kind words already. We'll do our best to update in all of our different social media channels how the surgery went and all that stuff and how I'm doing in recovery. And yeah, just stay tuned and we'll get back at it. Yeah, we'll get back at it hopefully sometime late next week. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Thank you guys so much for watching the show. This is Tony for Lido, Loca. And until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido. Bye. Cruise news, cruise news, cruise news, it's over.